These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Militiaman. Today, you see the private sector being a focal point, along with, not understood here, the insurance law. All of those things are now on the table. Those could very well be the final sign, the dotted line. We need something implemented so we can do these things. We all know what that implementation needs to be. They need to go international, and that's what we are looking for. I think we are in a fantastic place. Right, Breitling says digital currency in Iraq. If they do create it, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a fantastic idea, but it's not going to compete against the Iraqi dinar. People are saying if they create this digital currency, we're going to be sitting here with nothing. That's not true. There's no requirement to get into digital currency. That's what people are misunderstanding about these. They're not going to get rid of paper notes. They're creating digital currency because of the convenience. Think about it. I have not touched a dollar bill or had coin in my hands for maybe a year. Breitling says I use credit cards, I use bank cards. There's absolutely no reason to be worried. If Iraq creates a digital currency and you want to get into it, fine. It's going to be at the same rate that you have now. Let's say you convert to that digital currency and you want to get out and you want to get back to your notes, to notes in your hand. Guess what? You'll be able to do it. That's what that means, nothing more. Don't let it get in your head. I've been getting panic email. Oh my gosh, if they wanted to, they could stiff us. No, they can't. It doesn't work that way. The entire world would lose confidence in that currency and the economy would crash. Iraq is doing the complete opposite. They're trying to build their economy up. Right, Mark Z via PDK, we heard very early morning in Iraq, they started breaking out the lower denominations, widespread. I am trying to get dead solid confirmation. I talked to a couple of contacts, but I want video confirmation. Question, what does Iraq breaking out lower denoms mean? Answer, it means we are here, we have arrived. Why would you need a 5 dinar note when it can't buy anything with the current level of zeros on the currency? Right now it takes a 10K note to buy a soda. We are looking to see ones, fives, tens, and 50s. It's been a key piece to see those lower denominations in their ATMs, on the streets, and in their markets so we know they have revalued or about to revalue. They need those lower denoms as soon as they revalue to continue with commerce and be able to make change. All right, Jeff says the news out of Iraq is getting very interesting. Article quotes security forces disperse the demonstrators and impose control on Tahrir Square. We had demonstrators on May 25th. We had shots fired at them. They're demonstrating because the reforms haven't been implemented yet. That's the item that's going to deliver their social benefits. It's going to bring investors in. It's going to give them checks from oil and gas law. And all of that's within the reforms, and it hasn't been implemented yet, and that's why these citizens are acting out. Petra says there are billions and billions and billions of dollars sitting on the sidelines waiting, just waiting to enter Iraq to change their world. It's an imminent change that's coming. Frank 26, the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, is going to come out again. Every time that he has come out, it's going to be more and more information of what we told you. You're way ahead of the curve with our information opinion. There's nothing discouraging about this. The evidence is so profound. All right, Bruce via Wiser Now. The rate for all of these currencies have been on the screen, front screens since the 20th, a good week. It came off the screens on Wednesday in at least one or more of the banks. There's just quite a bit going on right now behind the scenes with meetings and with banks really potentially getting fully prepared for things that are going to happen. Everything is basically ready to get going. Rates will pop back on the screens. We'll just have to see if everything is totally ready to go when they're going to do it. All right, Holly says, I know everyone is on pins and needles as we are coming up to the end of the month. All the news is very promising. However, this is a fluid event and changes moment by moment. All my sources but two say we are there. The others have said it could happen sometime in June. What everyone has said is this is a slow rollout. I do not have any confirmation on the D1 through 3 release as of this morning. We are in the window and this is happening. Our level is right on the doorstep. All right, Mountain Goat says the news this period is simple. Iraq is having a hard time attracting investors to come into Iraq due to the instability. The real solution is to RVRI and just end the auctions altogether. But they can't, and for some reason, the corrupt keep them from doing so. All right, lastly, from Petra, question: what do you think about the amount of gold Iraq have? Do you think it's a telltale sign? Do you think it's nothing? Do you think it's a ridiculous amount for 1460? Petra says we don't know exactly what the MOM1 figures are, but when you look at the foundation of what a reserve is, it's a hard product. Gold by far has held its value for 6,000 years. The foundation of any country's reserves is their gold. Now, as they've been collecting those 3-0 notes and getting rid of them from what they have been doing aggressively, as you know, over the last 6 months, that goes to decreasing the note count, which would increase the value of the currency that's outstanding, and that's out there in the markets, both international and internal. To me, the reserves are covered. I have no question they've got the reserves covered to reflect a very strong dinar.